Hey YouTube land, Tiger Hunters here doing another action figure review, and welcome again to another review on this channel. And this time I'm having a look at the Dr. Sarah Harding and Stegosaurus pack. This was just released over here in Ireland at the time of this recording. It's only been on shelves possibly maybe a week, 2 weeks at most. I'm not sure what the release date for it in the US is. Possibly should be hitting shelves around the same time. Now the box for this is quite big. In fact, if I bring in my tape measure, I know you can't see the front of the box from here. So if I measure from the front of the box is about 20 inches long. It's only about 4 inches wide, so it's not too wide. And height-wise, it is, I'm not sure if you can see that possibly off camera, it's 10 inches in height at the top, the highest point. It does dip down a small bit. So if I bring the box back a bit, you can see, if I bring it there, you can see it kind of dips down because it's supposed to represent the what was it called, command truck or the command explorer or whatever it was called from the film. Basically it's supposed to represent, it's kind of weird because it kind of looks like it, but it also kind of looks like one of the trucks that the trappers have for securing the animals, because it has all the bars on the windows. But I think that was the way the command truck looked anyway. But it's supposed to represent the command truck from Jurassic Park, The Lost World. So this set is based on the second Jurassic movie, Jurassic Park Lost World. It is part of the Legacy collection, which you can see here, the Legacy logo here. If I flip around the back of the box, in fact, if I just flip around the front of the box, you can see the front is supposed to represent that truck as well. And if I flip around the back of the box, it does give a indication of what's inside the box, but also gives a whole bunch of legalese and information about the app. So you have Sarah Harding, you have the two Stegosaurus, or Stegosauri, would probably be the plural for that. So you have a adult Stegosaurus and a baby Stegosaurus. So that is pretty much that. There's not much more on the box other than that, so we'll get cracking into the dinosaurs and stuff, and we'll get cracking on those. And here we have the figures out of the box, or the multiple figures out of the box. So they are just secured in a plastic tray in the box, and you just have to clip a few of those little plastic ties just to get them out. But for the most part, they're easy enough to retrieve from the box. So what we'll do is we'll go through Sarah first. She is a new but old cast member. Now, it is a shame that she didn't make an appearance in the Dominion film. It would have been nice to have her pop up at some point, or even just a mention to her in that. I don't think, I have seen the Dominion only once, so I don't know if there is any mention to Sarah Harding in there. For those who may be too young to know who she is, or maybe to just don't remember who she was basically Ian Malcolm's girlfriend in the second Jurassic Park film, which is basically Jurassic Park The Lost World. Those who know who of her will know who she is. And I'm trying to remember the actress who plays her, and I can't off the top of my head, but the likeness for the actress isn't too bad on this. She has the standard articulation of the current wave, not the Hammond collection stuff. So the current kind of line, she has the same articulation. So her head is on a ball joint. It is a very, very stiff ball joint on my one. So just be careful when you get this, when you start moving the head, you could potentially snap that ball peg off. It is a ball peg, so just be careful. Her arms do rotate. Is it Julianne Moore? Yes, I believe that is the name of the actress that plays her, Julianne Moore. Her arms do rotate and they do extend out this much. She has a elbow swivel and a hinge. She has nothing else in the wrists. She has a waist swivel. She has this kind of soft goods, or not soft goods, but a softer plastic coat over that matches with the sleeves on her jacket. So if you were to take this off, it would look kind of awkward because she'd have this red top with these off-colored shoulder pieces. She can do the splits this much. She can kick forward. She has a single jointed knee, swivel on that knee as well. She does have peg holds on both feet. You can get her into a seated position, and she comes with one accessory, and that one accessory is this, I think it's supposed to be like a Nikon camera, and it has a neck strap. Now, when you do get the figure first, it is attached around her neck like this. It is a bit bulky. The strap on it does feel a bit more chunky than a normal camera strap, but I'm assuming that's to do with safety standards, because if it was too thin it could snap and someone could end up swallowing it or something along those lines. So you can put it over her shoulder the way I have it here. What would have been cool if she came with as well was her Lucky Pack, which was a backpack she had in the film, and she nicknamed it her Lucky Pack. It was full of like old rips and tears and stuff like that, but she called it her Lucky Pack. So if we just get her to stand there, so she does stand not too bad. But what we're going to get on to next, I'll leave the baby stegosaurus to last. I'll bring in the adult one first. Now there goes Sarah. We'll just leave her over here with this baby. So what's interesting about this one, it is a reuse and a slight retool of an existing mold. So if I bring in the first Jurassic World stegosaurus that I have, I can't remember if it's the first one that they were released. It's the only other stegosaurus I have, which is this one, which is more darker greens, kind of a light turquoise, almost turquoise green with a darker green, and it has this tail swish action feature where you press down on this back plate and it swings the tail and does the kind of iconic tail swish. Head does move and legs and arms, or the legs do move on this one. Now I can't remember if this was part of the Ferocious Strikers or something Strikers. There's been so many kind of sub names for the different dinosaurs over the last couple of years when they've released them. Kind of hard to remember which one it is, but this one has a more brown beige color scheme with the black, or with the darker green and then this brown on top. I'm not sure if this is more movie accurate. It does look kind of more movie accurate. It's been a while since I've seen the second Jurassic Park film, so I can't remember the exact colorings of the stegosaurus in those, but they do have that kind of look. So this one also has very similar joints. So you have the neck joint here. You don't have anything by the base of the head. It's just by the base of the neck, by the body. You have the legs that go forward and backwards. Same with the hind legs. You also have that same action feature in the exact same spot. So you have this piece here that you press down and it does the tail swing action. Now you can move the tail on its own, but it'll just mostly go back to place into the default standard action. The hind legs do have the swing out part, whereas I think the front legs, oh no, front legs do have it as well. The front legs have that swing out arch as well. That they kind of, not all the dinosaurs in the line have it. They only kind of kept it for kind of more the next tier kind of expensive dinosaurs tended to have maybe one or hinge point where the leg or arm will hinge out. Not all of them have it. And then the newest addition to this version of the dinosaur, other than the repaint scheme, is you pull out this spine, and I'm not sure, this spike, I'm not sure if you can see that there, but it has the data app thing. Before, if I bring back in the old one, the old data app stuff used to be on the feet, on the dinosaurs. They changed that up with the new line. They have them embedded into the dinosaurs. What's interesting is they didn't have to change the mold too much for these, because they're actually a fairly big, bulky dinosaur. Unlike with the Dilophosaur figure, they had to kind of bulk out the body a bit more to incorporate that kind of piece into it. But overall, it is pretty much the same dinosaur sculpt, just repainted and slightly retooled to incorporate that that data app thing. So there is that. And then onto the all-new sculpt, which is the one that people are most excited for out of the set. It is the baby stegosaurus, or the juvenile, or you call it a baby, I would imagine. It's not kind of, it has tiny little stubby spikes for its tail. It has a similar color scheme. You can see where, if it was growing up, you could see where these plates would go into that darker browns. You have the underbelly stuff and the kind of very similar coloring. Has very similar articulation. So you have swivels on the legs, and you have that exact same neck point articulation for the head. So the head gets a good bit more range of movement because it has a higher kind of neck pivot, and the head can go down a good bit more. You can even recreate the scene from the movie where he kind of pokes his little head through the bushes, and you have Sarah on the other side taking photos of it. So there is that. You have kind of brownish for the belly underneath. And then, just like with its adult version, you pull on these two spikes on the back spines, and you have the data app information scan tag for that. It isn't weird kind of have it on such a small dinosaur, but or on a juvenile dinosaur like this, but they did incorporate it so you can scan it into the app, just like all the dinosaurs in this line. And what we'll do for a comparison, I don't have too many comparisons, but what I do have, I just have to remember where I put it. I do have the baby brachiosaur that came out as part of the, was it Camp Cretaceous line, if I recall. So that's the only other real juvenile other than the beta figure, which, as you can see what I mean by them having to make the body bigger so it can incorporate these kind of dino tag things. Technically, this one's way oversized for what it is, but you can see kind of 3 juvenile dinos that I have, which is the Brachiosaur, Stegosaurus, and the beta from the new Dominion movie. So overall, quite nice scale and quite nice setup. I know there is a few other kind of smaller juvenile dinosaurs. There's the bumpy one as well, which I never picked up. So, but there is that. And then for the human characters, for scale comparisons, we're bringing Sarah into the old middle ground here. We can't do Sarah without having her partner, Ian Malcolm. Now, this is Ian from the first film. He had a slightly rejigged look for the second film. We'll bring in the, actually what we'll bring in is the other character from The Lost World that they've released so far as well, which is Roland. So we have kind of like the main characters, some of the main characters from that line, if you can consider Ian Malcolm being for both of them. Then we got good old Owen for the good old Owen Grady from the Jurassic World line. And then for a couple of non-Jurassic figures, we'll bring in, this is one of the Eagle Force figures called Satine. We have a Boba Fett here that we'll bring in as well. Get him to stand. We'll just pop him in at the back there if he'll stand up. And because I had reviewed him recently, and he's pretty much under a big pile of figures right next to me, the boss fight hero hacks Ming the Merciless. So, and might as well for giggles. And I'm not sure if I can bring him in somewhere. You can see him. Good old unmasked jungle hunter from the Hiya Toys Predator line. So you can see how they scale up. So overall, a really good set. It is a little bit on the pricey side. It is around the 35 euro mark. But what you're getting is a deluxe. Basically, you're getting a human character figure, a deluxe dinosaur, which are normally around the 24 euro mark, and one of the kind of standard attack pack style figures, which are around 15. So overall, the price point does work out on it. So it is pretty good set. Again, as I said, I'm not sure release dates for the US. It should be hopefully on shelves in the US, and I don't know if it's an exclusive to, like a store exclusive in the States. It is exclusive to Smith's over here in Ireland as part of the Legacy line. So if Legacy is still, I think Legacy line was an exclusive to Walmart or Target. If it's still the case over there, then it could be exclusive to those stores in the States that are outside of Europe. So there you go, guys. I hope you enjoyed this quick video review for the the Sarah Harding and Stegosaurus set. And as always in my videos, please feel free to like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. Cheers, guys.